So this problem is asking us to do a inequality that's not linear. It's a polynomial inequality. So the problem says x squared plus 4x is less than 12. And the first thing that we want to do is we want to set this equal to 0. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move this 12 to the other side by subtracting 12 from both sides. And when I do that, I get x squared plus 4x minus 12 is less than 0. So what I have done over here on the right is I have graphed the parabola x squared plus 4x minus 12. That's what I've graphed. So what we are actually trying to find is we want to know the x values. So anytime that we're doing a solution or we're writing it on this single number line, like what we have here on the left, we are looking at our x values. But because this says less than 0, we want to identify this part of our graph, all of this graph that's under x equals 0. Okay, so this point right here, this is my x-axis, and everything under that is when it's equal to or less than 0. Now, our problem says less than, okay? So that means that this point right here, when we are on 0, that means that that point is not included. If it was included, we would use a mark that's circled in, but it's not included, so we're going to have an open mark. Now, the next thing that we've got to think about is that we are only talking about the x values. It's like domain. We're not worried about the y values when we are trying to identify what it is. So we are only looking at these x values right here. Okay? Now, the first circle right here is at -6. So our answer to this, we're going to start at -6 right here. And then it goes all the way to +2, which is right here. And so our answer is going to go from -6 to +2. And we are going to have circles at both of those because it's less than. Now, if it had been less than or equal to, then we would have filled those circles in. If it had been greater than or equal to, we would have been looking for this part of the graph that's above 0. Okay? But that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the part below. But above 0, that's what we would be looking for if the sign was greater than or equal to. Now, be sure that you always take this inequality and you are going to set that inequality equal to 0 before you graph it. And then when you look at the graph, you're really looking for what's below the x-axis or what's above the x-axis, depending on which sign you are given in your original problem. Okay, take a look at that, and if you need anything else, let me know.